Black Ops 6 Zombies is quickly coming up on its 4th DLC map, likely within the next month, either at the launch or midway point of Season 4, and there's already much speculation within the community as to whether or not we'll be receiving a 5th DLC map to hold us over until Black Ops 7's release. Regardless of whichever side you're on, Treyarch likely has the rest of the content scheduled for Black Ops 6 Zombies mostly finished up, with their attention shifting to not only Black Ops 7, but the Super Easter Egg reward we'll be receiving for completion of all of the main Easter eggs in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Yesterday afternoon, Detonated over on X tweeted out that Black Ops 6's Super Easter Egg reward was being discussed during a recent Call of Duty Recon meeting. The focus group agreed that unlocking universal Pack-a-Punch camos for completing every main quest would be a reward that many, and I'm putting heavy emphasis on many here, players would want to see come to the game. And before everybody freaks out and says the game is chalked because nobody wants to see camos as the Super Easter Egg reward, I reached out to Fajardi and DK Dynamite to elaborate on what exactly the Call of Duty Recon team really is. So Call of Duty Recon is simply a questionnaire that gets sent to random Activision users' emails asking for insight on quality of life and potential future content updates. The people providing the feedback are completely random, and it isn't an official board of directors or creator call by any means. However, much like the majority of the Zombies community yesterday, I really dislike where Treyarch's head seems to be regarding Easter eggs and the potential Super Easter Egg rewards coming to Black Ops 6 and 7, which is why I decided to make this video. For those of you that have been following the channel like all year, you guys probably know I have pretty much mostly good things to say about the state of Black Ops 6 Zombies in general, outside of some small minor gripes here and there, but this is honestly where I have to draw the line and let my thoughts be heard. I think that universal pack camos shouldn't even be in the same breath as a Super Easter Egg reward. The pack camos should be unlocked for either single or multiple completion rewards of standard individual Easter egg quests. As somebody who plays all 3 major modes of Call of Duty, I can agree that having universal Pack-a-Punch camos as unlocks would be a really cool flex for me to run in Warzone and multiplayer to show my love for zombies, and I personally can guarantee it would boost the Easter egg percentage completion rate that Treyarch has been looking for this year, which is why they implemented directed mode. So many Warzone and multiplayer fans completed the act missions in MWZ for the Bone Collector skin at launch, which is way more time consuming than completing a regular Easter egg. So we have some legit proof that players from other modes can be enticed to play and complete Zombies maps if the rewards are worth it, which is why I think having universal pack camos as standard Easter egg completion rewards would be really, really nice. But again, these should never be mentioned as the standalone Super Easter Egg reward. Super Easter Egg reward should provide some sort of power creep that actually rewards players that completed all the maps throughout the year and incentivizes players who may have skipped a map or two to go back and try to beat those remaining maps for the power creep they'd be getting in a normal Super Easter Egg reward. So my best example of this obviously is Infinite Warfare. If you guys don't know, Infinite Warfare Zombies was really one of the most unpopular zombies at the time. However, by the end of the game's life cycle, a lot of people really came around on it. Yes, the maps might not have been like that great, but the actual Super Easter Egg for Infinite Warfare was absolutely busted. You spawned in with 25,000 points, you had a permanent perkaholic with 6 self-revives, you got a custom unique operator that had a custom unique melee weapon, which was the best in the game. Every single weapon in the mystery box came pack-a-punched. You automatically had the ability to pack-a-punch your weapon a second time for extra damage, which previously you had to go around the map and find like little fuses that you then have to put in the pack-a-punch machine. You complete the Super Easter Egg reward here, it was already done when you loaded up and in. And if you went back and completed all of the Easter eggs previously in the game again in the Super Easter Egg mode, you'd unlock a specific boss fight that is still widely regarded as the best boss fight in the history of Call of Duty Zombies to this day. Infinite Warfare Zombies set the Super Easter Egg bar so high, and nothing has even come close to it to this day. I mean, Black Ops 3 obviously came out before Infinite Warfare, but, you know, the RK5 was a nice Super Easter Egg reward for completing all of the maps, but it wasn't like this huge power creep that everybody was like, oh man, I really need the RK5. Like, it's nice if you enjoy Black Ops 3, but it's not like that nice. BO4 had a Super Easter Egg planned for it, but unfortunately was cut due to, I mean, everybody knows what happened with Black Ops 4, but there was a Super Easter Egg planned for that. I'm assuming it probably would have just been like Golden Pack-a-Punch on every map, which actually would have been really beneficial for a lot of those original launch maps because Golden Pack and TOG was really nice. And even Cold War's Easter Egg was pretty solid. I'd say it was definitely better than Black Ops 3 as you spawned in with a purple rarity weapon, which again isn't a massive power creep. It's not a permanent perkaholic. It's not 25,000 points right off the rip, but it's still definitely a nice power creep. You don't have to even think about like pack-a-punching for the first, 10, 15 rounds of the game, and it saves you a ton on salvage when you're just trying to get set up. Now again, the point that I want to make before everybody freaks out in the comment section and says Treyarch's so stupid and they can't figure things out and they have no idea what they're doing, I want to bring up this tweet from Kevin Drew and Lee Ross back in 2022. This is already over 3 years ago. Lee Ross was the previous director at Infinite Warfare Zombies, so he's the guy who had the idea to make this super Easter egg for Infinite Warfare Zombies where, all that good stuff came to the game. He said, like I said before, IW Zombies is the best super Easter egg the franchise has ever seen. It took a ton of hard work and was really risky, but we were committed. When you have a highly passionate and talented people working together, very special things can happen. Kevin Drew, who is now, I think, the associate director of Zombies, I don't think he's the main lead guy, but basically higher up in Treyarch, says, you and your team set a very high bar, Lee, hoping to raise it next game in regards to Easter eggs. Now again, he doesn't really say here like super Easter eggs, we're raising the bar there. He specifies regular Easter eggs, but I don't think he would reply to this tweet if he wasn't specifically talking about the super Easter eggs, which again, I want to refer to this survey that was sent around and Detonated tweeted out yesterday. Everybody in the Zombies community was going crazy over this. People were freaking out, losing their minds, saying, like, there's no way we want to see anything like this. I completely agree. However, I don't think we should all lose our minds just yet because I don't think this is going to be the only super Easter egg reward that we get, especially if Kevin was saying stuff like this 3 years ago. But I do see a lot of people then vouching for Infinite Warfare Zombies, saying we should get something on that level or better. And I agree, maybe like a super Easter egg boss fight, but if we're being honestly, truthfully realistic, I just don't think that they're going to add in a super Easter egg reward that's 25,000 essence, a permanent perkaholic for the entire match, and all these extra goodies. Like maybe we get the Richtofen operator with like a specific melee weapon that would be really cool, or a specific weapon that you only get if you have the Richtofen operator unlocked. Like that's probably pretty realistic, but we have the Gobblegum system here in Black Ops 6. With everything potentially carrying over to next year, I really don't see something crazy like that coming this year. Maybe next year, but definitely not this year. So I started to kind of think and be like, okay, what do I think would be a really good super Easter egg reward that Treyarch could give to the players that would not only, make your hard work all year and sticking with the game pay off, incentivize people that may have maybe stopped playing the game after Citadel Day more, or skipped over the tomb and went and did Shattered Veil but have no interest in going in, doing the tomb. What could you add to this game that would incentivize players to then go back and do this super Easter egg reward or make it worth their time? And in my opinion, especially if everything's going to carry over next year, I think that they should consider adding Newton's Cookbook as the super Easter egg reward. Again, I know I just kind of discredited the potential for something at Infinite Warfare's level to come to the game because of Gobblegums and the microtransaction system that's in this game, but at the same time, Newton's Cookbook was in Black Ops 3, okay? And I know there wasn't a guaranteed way to buy specific Gobblegums that you wanted, so Newton's Cookbook, was at least a little bit more fair in Black Ops 3 because you were just essentially spending $100 on a chance of seeing like maybe one Perkaholic, whereas Newton's Cookbook, you could take all of the different shitty Gobblegums that you unlocked via spinning the Divinium system and taking them and turning them into better Gobblegums over time. I know it's a little bit less predatory in Black Ops 6, but I still think this would be a super fair Easter egg reward at a minimum just for Black Ops 6, because there are so many blue and purple and even legendary Gobblegums now that I have 99 plus of that I will never be using over the course of a regular Zombies match. Even now with the Gobblegum system update, I'm not going to use like half of these. Arsenal Accelerator, probably not using that, especially with some of the better Gobblegums now in the game that I would take into boss fights. Like, again, smaller little Gobblegums, I have over 100 of, and I'm sure many of you have 100 plus Gobblegums of. There needs to be a way to take those Gobblegums and transfer them into better Gobblegums, especially if they're going to keep the earn rate for Ultras at a super low level right now, which like I see an Ultra every couple of days and I play a lot. Again, I think this would be the perfect opportunity to implement this into not only Black Ops 6 but Black Ops 7 as well. You're thinking about like how are we going to get people to purchase Black Ops 7, or how are we going to get the player base back on track and back into the mode and be hyped up for another Zombies game in the fall, especially if Premise is coming back, which a lot of people are already against. How can we generate some hype this year for next year's game with a super Easter egg reward? Because no matter what it is, I think it's carrying over, especially if we're going to get round-based maps next year, and we're going to get all of the Black Ops 6 maps carrying over. Whatever the super Easter egg reward is this year, you're going to be able to probably use it next year. I would bet money on it. And I think that Newton's Cookbook, again, would be perfect, because then, like I said, people will go back and play the maps they didn't complete just to get Newton's Cookbook unlocked in this game. But then having that carry over to next year would be super beneficial for people that are like, okay, I got all these shitty Gobblegums. There's going to be a ton of new Gobblegums coming next year. I have all these ones that I can spend and upgrade to next year with the Gobblegums I earned this year. It'd be perfect. And again, if you want to take it a step further, think about how many people that might get into Zombie next year or start playing the game next year that didn't buy Black Ops 6 that will go back and buy Black Ops 6 specifically to try to go get Newton's Cookbook, to be like, okay, all of these maps from last year are now in Black Ops 7. I can play all these maps on the new engine if I buy Black Ops 6. It's basically like a DLC at this point, right? If we're going to go the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 route. I will go back and buy Black Ops 6 so that I can unlock Newton's Cookbook in Black Ops 7 and help me get better at this game, or help me, have some sort of incentive to then go back and, you know, continue to purchase this game 1 year after it's been out. I think this would be the perfect opportunity to do that. And I mean, let me know in the comments below what you guys think the Super Easter Egg reward should be in your own opinion. And again, if you want to say Infinite Warfare, fine. I don't think they're going to go that far this year. Maybe next year we see something like that before they take a 2-3 year hiatus from zombies. I don't think, especially if it's going to carry over, it's going to be that OP this year. But let me know what you guys think it should be in the comments below. If you're fine with just Pack-a-Punch camos, let me know. You know, like just say. But I think the majority of people, especially based on how Twitter was reacting yesterday, find that super negative. Don't even want to hear Pack-a-Punch camos in the same breath as Super Easter Egg reward, as long as it's like, unless it's like the absolute baseline minimum of what we're getting, which I think could be the case here. But again, I just wanted to make this video to get my thoughts and opinions out there. I don't really make these types of videos where I'm just kind of ranting about what I think should come to the game or the state of the game, because most of the time I don't really have much to say. Like, you know, especially this year, it's been pretty solid compared to the last 3-4 renditions of zombies or whatever. You know, like, it's been pretty good compared to, in my opinion, MWZ, even Cold War, Vanguard for sure. Like, it's been fine. But I mean, this is, I don't like the direction they're heading in here with the Easter egg rewards. Like, they're better this year than we've ever had, if we're being honest. You know, like, standard Easter egg rewards are good this year. You know, getting a skin, getting a Wonder Weapon skin is cool. Getting, you know, a Gobble Gum is cool. The calling cards have been okay, but I mean, like, there should be a little bit more for completion of the Easter egg, especially if they want to boost the overall completion of the Easter egg rate, which is, again, why they added in a mode like directed mode this year. And I think it would if they were to add, you know, a little bit extra, because a lot of the bundles too this year, I know I'm just ranting at this point, but a lot of the bundles this year that they've added into the store are 10 times better than what you would get for completing the Easter egg. And I get it, it's paid content, like, I know what they're doing, I know they're trying to make money and this is a business, but at the end of the day, like, people are going to get frustrated and be like, why would I complete this Easter egg if I can just buy a bundle next week that's going to be cooler than what I just got for completing the Easter egg? Aside from, like, the Carver skin, pretty much throughout the entire year, all the ray gun blueprints are better than the Project Janus blueprint, in my opinion. The Ice Staff blueprint that we got is miles better than the Project Janus Ice Staff that we ended up getting. The Carver skin that was in the store looks like it should have been the Easter egg reward for the tomb. I don't know. I just think that they've been really lacking on their Easter egg rewards this year. Even though it's been a step in the right direction, it's still not where it should be. And again, much like everyone else on Twitter, got really heated yesterday seeing people talking about the possibility of the Super Easter egg reward just being camos. And again, I cleared it up with Majority and DK. They basically said, you know, that's not, like, guaranteed that's what it's going to be 100%. It might be a part of it. It might even be a reward for next year in Black Ops 7. You know, there's no guarantees one way or another here with this. But I just, you know, like, somebody needs to say something. Absolutely not. Should not be Pack-a-Punch camos. This should be basic standard Easter egg rewards, and the Super Easter egg reward should increase the power creep one way or another. You know, even if it is just like purple wrench, or you spawn in with a purple rarity weapon for Black Ops 7, would be really, really sick and would give people a reason to say, hey, you know, I'm going to go back and do these Easter eggs. I'm going to go back and complete these so that next year when I buy the game in 2 more months or 3 more months, I have something to do, right? Like, what I did last year actually mattered. Because really the only thing that's going to carry over to next year, you know, the Gobble Gums for sure might carry over, but there's a lot of paid elements to Gobble Gums. Skins might carry over. Some of the Easter egg rewards you got last year might carry over. But again, there's a lot of paid elements to that, to the skins and whatnot. If you could just add Newton's Cookbook as a Super Easter egg, perfect opportunity to give us something that, you know, might not completely break the power creep this year, but if it carried over to next year, would be more than well worth it. So I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think the Super Easter egg reward should be in Black Ops 6. If it's on the level of Infinite Warfare, let me know. We'll have a discussion about it. If it's something as small as Pack-a-Punch camos, let me know. We'll have a discussion about it. I just had to get that off my chest, guys. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, peace.